Across India's offices, factories and shop floors, late sitting has quietly become a way of life. But the new data shows how deep this culture of long hours run. According to the latest periodic labor force survey, more than 1 in 4 regular salaried workers are putting in more than 48 hours a week, the very threshold that India's new labor code planned to enforce as a legal limit. For many workers in big industry states, meaningful relief may finally be on the horizon. Hi, this is Rishan Tripathi and you are watching The Edge. So the survey reveals that regular salaried workers in some of India's most industrialized states are clocking some of the longest work week in the country, with Delhi topping the list with an average of 54.3 hours per week. Gujarat follows with 52.5 hours. Rajasthan comes in at 52.3 hours and Maharashtra is close behind at nearly 50 hours. In total, 18 out of 36 states and union territories exceed the proposed 48 hours weekly limit. Nationally, regular workers average 48.8 hours, already above the planned cap. So the shorter week in the Northeast. On the other hand of the spectrum, several Northeastern states tell a different story. Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Meghalaya report much shorter average work week, around 40 to 42 hours. So this could reflect the lower industrial activity, different job profiles, or a greater presence of service and government roles with more stable schedule. So how many people are working extra? The PLFS data underlines how common long working hours have become. About 25% of the regular workers work more than 48 hours a week. Around 7.7% work an exhausting 60 to 72 hours weekly. The picture is even more intense in Delhi, where nearly 40% cross the 48-hour mark. Over 23% put in more than 60 hours a week. Gujarat and Rajasthan show similar trend, with roughly a third of regular working clock between 48 and 60 hours. Chandigarh also report a high share of long working hours. So now let's divert our focus on the informal work. No contracts. The story isn't just about hours. It's also about how formal the jobs are. In Punjab and Rajasthan, more than 3/4 of the regular non-agriculture works have no written job contract at all, far above the national average of 58%. So Punjab topped the chart with 84.5% of regular wage workers lacking an appointment letter. Rajasthan follows with 77.1%. So that means millions of workers are putting in long hours without the protection of written contract or clarity on overtime and benefit. So what's the new labor code aim to change? So India's new labor code, still to be fully implemented, seeks to formalize working condition and bring in a clearer framework. A firm cap of 48 hours per work week. Defined rules for overtime and extra pay. For workers in heavy workloaded states like Delhi, Gujarat, Rajasthan and Maharashtra, this could eventually translate to shorter official work week or higher overtime pay for extra hours once the rules are enforced on the ground. So these changes are designed to protect workers' health, prevent burnout and reduce the gap between law and reality. So India's growth story is powered by its workers, but the data shows many are paying with their time, health and work-life balance. As the 48 hours cap and new labor code have moved closer for full implementation, the big question is whether enforcement will match the promise on paper or not. If implemented well, workers in some of the country's busiest industrial belt could finally see fairer schedules and clearer rights. Until then, the number from PLFS serves as a reminder. Development is not just about more jobs, but also about better, safer, and more humane work.